We are in a digitization economy. Our world continues to move towards digitization and technology. So no matter what the stock is, I don't care if you're talking about Target, I don't care if you're talking about Walmart, if you're talking about Square, PayPal, you name it, the underpinnings of technology are huge. So do I think right now someone should be buying PayPal and Square? Absolutely. I can give you at least a few good reasons for that right now, right? When we reopen, people think, oh, well, because of, the fact that we've been closed, people have been using Venmo and Cash App. That's not suddenly going to stop. You aren't even going to need your wallet going into the store when you can go back into the stores for the places that have been closed and will reopen. That's not going to slow down. It will continue to accelerate, and that will become our new normal. I also believe that when you think about what some of these companies are doing to maneuver and move, I mean, look at what Jack Dorsey did with Tidal. He's getting into streaming, and he's putting who on the board? Jay-Z. What does that do? That connects you to a whole demographic and a marketplace that you didn't have before. So I think, a lot of these tech companies that have pulled back tremendously over the past week or so are buying opportunities. When Square dropped down by about 203, I think it was, that's when I jumped back in. I had to. So pay attention and stay tuned because there are tremendous opportunities right now.
You do, though, Court, care about some of these stocks. It's not like just, close your eyes and buy everything that pulled back 25 or 30%,
no.
Right? I mean, you sold out of Peloton a while back, and
I did.
In part, I think you said at the time because of their supply chain issues and their delivery issues and the delays that we've seen taking place. So there are fundamental stories behind some of these pullbacks that maybe don't make them, Court, jump in right now. Buys like the Squares and the PayPals and some of these other names that you've signaled to as well.
It is no longer a rising tide lifting all boats. The only index, if you will, or an ETF that I own is EEM for the emerging markets, just because my expertise isn't there, but I do know that the global growth story will continue, and that's a place that I want to be. But when you think about the U.S. markets right now, and as we've talked about, kind of the divergence in where we're seeing valuations and right now, the opportunities that are there, it is a stock picker's market. So yes, I'm buying Square and I'm buying PayPal. I'm keeping Facebook. I'm not necessarily adding to certain names in my portfolio, but I am adding to those names that I think have a long-term growth opportunity and growth story in what will be a tremendous 2021. Bryn
Tepper, is he right? Is now a bullish time for stocks for the reasons that he says?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's very bullish. I think he is right. I think about let's just digest what he said about Treasuries. I think it's critically important because, the past couple weeks we've had some really strange things happening in the repo and the 10-year Treasury market as the market was actually short. And I think that's going to be coming back online. And if you look at, our 30-year Treasury trades at 3 times what the 30-year Japanese government bonds do. And so I do agree that you could have the Japanese, even after currency hedging, are going to have a positive carry. And I think that's going to put a lid, in addition to all of this stimulus that we have coming soon to a theater near you is going to be the infrastructure bill. The Fed has to keep rates low on the long end. And so I don't think yield curve control is out of the question. And so I definitely think he's right. I think, yields have gone so fast, so quickly, but I don't think we're going to go into a 10-year with a 2.5%, probably 2% before the Fed comes in. And that's going to be positive for stocks. And I still think don't count growth out. Count it out for the next quarter or two, but you definitely want to have some growth in your portfolio longer term.